Okay, so we're going to talk about mandatos formales, usted y ustedes. These would be called formal commands or the imperative form. So there are formal commands because I'm using the usted ustedes form. In other words, I'm talking to people who I need to be formal with, either people I don't know very well or people who are in some kind of position of authority over me, etc. So we form these by going to the yo form. So for a regular AR verb like hablar, I would get hablo, I speak. If I drop the O, I just get hablo. And then if I add the opposite ending, which means AR verbs go to E, ER/IR verbs go to A, then I end up with hable. So instead of habla, which would be the he/she form, I have hable. So if I wanted to tell you to speak up or tell me something, I could go hable. For the verb comer, since it's an ER verb, I would go como, drop the O, then add the opposite, which would be an A, since it's an ER verb, and I get coma. Por favor, coma con nosotros, which means please eat with us. So the verb trabajar, if I want to tell you to work, would be trabaje. If I wanted to tell you to run, I would say corra. So I'm going again to the opposite. AR verbs to E, ER/IR verbs to A. If we're talking to multiple people, that's no longer an usted command, it becomes ustedes. So I would get, for instance, hablen, coman, corran, etc. Formal commands are formed just like the present subjunctive. All verbs that are irregular in the subjunctive are irregular in the formal command form. So dar goes to de with an accent. It doesn't seem irregular because it is going to the opposite vowel, but since the yo form of dar is doi, it doesn't work. So I have to just go straight to de with an accent. Ser is sea, which is totally irregular. You're just memorizing that. Ir goes to vaya. Estar goes to este with an accent. And again, if we're dealing with ustedes commands, all I would do would be to add an N. So if I'm talking to one person, it would be de, sea, vaya, este. If I'm talking to a group of people and telling them all to do something, I would say den, sean, vayan, esten, right? So let's try this out. So write the affirmative singular usted command for each verb. For buscar, since I have a car verb, this is a little bit complicated since I'm going to the opposite vowel. If I write that, it would say buse. I want it to still have a k sound. So the C goes to QU, oops, and I put the opposite vowel. Comprar, to buy, is an AR verb, so we know it's going to have to end in E. If I follow the rule of going to the O form first, I get compro, drop the O, and go to the opposite, I get compré. Batir, to beat, like to beat eggs. So if I say beat the eggs for 30 seconds, since it's an IR verb, I'm going to go to A. So bato becomes bat, becomes bata. Hervir, the yo form is hiervo. So if I drop the O and go to the opposite, I get hierva. Probar, O to UE stem change. Since it's an ER verb, or since it's an AR verb, I'm going to go pruebo, drop the O, add the opposite, I get pruebe, and hopefully you're getting the idea. Now all of these, if I add an N, they become ustedes commands. So busquen, compren, batan, hiervan, prueben. There's no need to change anything else about the verb. It's simply adding an N to make it ustedes. So those are a few examples for you, and you should be able to try the rest on your own. Adios.